Netflix had been traditionally hiring only super talented people, and while this still applies today, their hiring operations have since expanded internationally. And as more and more people starting to apply for jobs at Netflix, there's also an increasing amount of information available about the application process, and specifically about the questions that they're asking during jobs interviews. And in fact, there are around 1,000 such questions reported online, which I indexed into a list with the 7 most asked questions during any interview at Netflix. On number 7, we have "Tell me about the time when you did not agree with your manager." And I believe this is quite a common question for any sizable corporation, and it's basically looking to see how a job candidate would perform within a team context, and whether there are any subordination issues there. On number 6, we have "Tell me about something that you worked on that you're really proud of." And the main reason the interviewer is asking you such questions is because they want to see on whether you can make a difference as compared to other candidates, and actually call these questions as gifts, simply because they allow you to focus on your strengths. Now, what are your strengths? Well, that varies by positions, but as a general idea, I would always use my successful projects within a team context if possible. Number 5, how do you stay organized? How do you handle competing tasks or projects? Now, this question as well touches upon one's management skills and your ability to prioritize competing items. And of course, here you want to show that you are, while being a great listener and a team player, you actually go above and beyond to get the job done, and of course think of a situation that would emphasize on this core competency. Number 4, what has your biggest challenge been while at work? So the main reason why anyone would ask such a question is because they want your ability to handle challenging situations. So whatever situation you choose here, make sure it's probably a recent one that highlights a core competency, that's something that's relevant with the role that you're applying for. And last but not least, you always want to emphasize on you being a great team player and willing to listen to other parties if this was within a team context. Number 3, describe a time when you received extremely difficult feedback and how you handled it. Now, more often than not, these types of feedback comes from a higher up, and what you want to emphasize here is your ability to listen and to always act in a certain diplomatic way, so that you reach the best possible compromise here. And of course, you shouldn't avoid showing up a bit of drama here to make the situation really feel like genuine. But at the end of the day, you should really ensure that you're not putting the blame on anyone, and if you can, try to highlight also some positive aspects and your main learnings from such an encounter. And the second most asked question at Netflix is, tell me about your work experience, and more interestingly, why do you believe that you can make the difference at Netflix? And this question is a synonym to why Netflix. And probably the best template that I know to answer why Netflix would be, I want to work at Netflix for the following 3 reasons. And what you want to be careful here is to emphasize both that what's in for Netflix as well as what's in for yourself if you get the opportunity to work there. And the number 1 most asked question during any Netflix interview is, what do you think about our culture memo? Now, I'm sure that by now you've already heard about this, and I've also made multiple videos on this topic, but I cannot emphasize enough how important it is for you to really go through that memo and understand some key takeaways on what's different at Netflix as compared to other even high-performing companies, because there's really something special going on there. Now, this being said, as always, I hope you found this information useful, and thank you very much for watching.